Hi everyone and welcome back to today's Morning Report chart appraisals. For my final chart appraisal of the day, I will be looking at gold, and the gold price has just started to find a bit of support, although as I said in the Morning Report, I'm a bit disappointed actually as to how little this rally has taken hold, considering the dollar yen has started to fall quite sharply again. You've not really seen any real significant buying pressure coming through gold yet, and yesterday's sort of spinning top candle with a negative close just sort of questions this recovery that we've got on gold. Nothing too um, too worrying yet, and I think certainly if the dollar does start to properly correct, I think the gold price will start to sort of pull higher. But I think this underperformance that we're seeing in gold is fairly sort of in line with how we've seen over the past sort of few weeks, really. Gold and silver, precious metals, have underperformed other forex majors. The forex majors, and I think that is interesting that gold continues to do so with this sort of rather tepid recovery that we've got so far. I mean, the technicals have not really turned around yet. You've got a slight crossover on the stochastics, not yet confirmed as a buy signal. You've got the RSI still below 40. And generally speaking, it's not all that great. And I think whilst you're still sort of struggling underneath this reaction high of 1233, or 1233.60, I think whilst you're still struggling underneath that, I don't really see how gold is going to be any sort of significant buying or bullish chart, because you've got this sort of bumping along the bottom. Really, you've not really seen too much in the way of buying pressure. You're still sort of trading around these moving averages. Other sort of charts that I've looked at today have been sort of above their moving averages and sort of looking to improve again. Doesn't seem to be the case on gold at the moment. Something seems to be holding it back. You've got yesterday's low at 1205.50. That is a marker post. That's a higher low above 1199.60. However, as I said again, this sort of resistance is coming in. You've got these overhead old lows. The highs around 1220 seem to be around those sort of levels, don't they? So you've basically got the between 1220 and 1233.60. You've got sort of 13-14 bucks worth of resistance, and it certainly seems to be holding gold price back up at the moment. You look at the hourly momentum; it's not all that positive. The MACD line's never really got going. Yes, I mean obviously they're now above or around the neutral point, having sort of consistently been sold off around the below the neutral. The move is more neutral, I think, rather than sort of a proper recovery in place. And whilst it remains underneath all this resistance, I think that we can't really get too positive about this gold move quite yet. But it'll be interesting to see how this one moves, because obviously the dollar is a big driver of the markets, and certainly the dollar seems to be just rolling off the top, and that should be sort of slightly positive for gold, or that should be positive for gold, but quite yet nothing too significant to really go with on a recovery scale. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Thank you.